The speculation on who Venom is in Marvel Spider-Man 2 is starting to run rampant. Okay, there's people saying it might be MJ, there's people wondering about why Venom has toes. I'm one of those people, then there's so many things going on here, it's starting to become like Arkham Knight all over again. But you see, recently, we just had the title track to Marvel Spider-Man 2 released to the public, and honestly, it's incredible. I've been listening to it nonstop ever since it dropped. John Paisano's a genius. But this title track and its origin leads to a pretty interesting theory about who Venom might be, and we're gonna get into that in today's video. But before we do so, if you're excited for Marvel Spider-Man 2, if you can't wait to find out who Venom is, scroll down, hit the thumbs up button, share your excitement with me, let's get 5,000 likes. And with that being said, let's jump into this. So I don't want to go over all the fan theories once again about who Venom might be in Marvel Spider-Man 2, because I already got a dedicated video for that. I will brush you up though on the ones that people think have the strongest evidence towards it. One of them being, of course, Harry Osborn. We saw in the post-credit scene for Spider-Man PS4, he's in that tank, he's got the symbiote all over him, but some people are saying that he might not be Venom because, well, the symbiote's not bonding with him. My theory as to why it's not bonding with him has a little bit to do with all the green goo that's also in that tank. That might be preventing the symbiote from fully bonding with Harry, and now that he's being released from what we saw in the Miles Morales post-credit scene, maybe the symbiote now is gonna attach to Harry, and we're gonna get Harry Osborn as Venom. Some people also think it might be Kraven. I really hope that doesn't end up happening. I love Kraven just being a villain as is, you know, just being that guy that wants a great challenge. He doesn't need the symbiote. And of course, we know it's not gonna be Eddie Brock. That was the reason why all this speculation started, because Brian Intihar jumped up on stage during Summer Game Fest for Marvel Spider-Man 2, and he said outright, Eddie Brock in our game is not going to be Venom. Take in mind though, he didn't say that Eddie Brock wasn't going to be in the game, so maybe Eddie Brock will show up and be a supporting character. That'll be very interesting. So yeah, the fact that we know that Eddie's not Venom in this game has led to all this speculation, and one of the biggest theories out there currently is that, well, not Harry Osborn being Venom, but actually Norman. And a big reason as to why people are saying Norman would be Venom is simply coming from that same post-credit scene I was just talking about from Spider-Man PS4. At the end of that post-credit scene, when Harry Osborn is in that tank with the symbiote reaches out at Norman Osborn's hands. The thing is though, you can interpret this in multiple ways. You know, in one way you can say, yeah, okay, the symbiote is trying to reach out at Norman when he puts his hand on the glass. But you could also interpret this as Harry Osborn somewhat bonding with the symbiote and using it to reach out to his father who puts his hand on the glass there. Both of those theories totally have enough evidence backing it. So it feels like we're back to square one. Again, who is Venom? And as I told you at the top of the video, that title track that we just got from Marvel Spider-Man 2 has a little bit to do with today's theory. Because you see, when they unveiled this title track, they did so during a really cool Game Awards concert to celebrate 10 years of the Game Awards. And while they were playing the title track from Marvel Spider-Man 2, they were of course showing a ton of footage from the previous Spider-Man games. This is just a way to sort of visualize the journey that our Spider-Men have been on leading into Marvel Spider-Man 2, and as well that theme being somewhat for Peter, somewhat for Miles, and a little bit for someone else. Because at the end of the theme, it gets quite dark, and when they played that portion of it during the Game Awards concert, we actually saw that post-credit scene from Spider-Man PS4. That was the footage that was used. So to put two and two together, people are saying that them using that portion of the title track from Marvel Spider-Man 2 in tandem with the footage from the post-credit scene of Spider-Man PS4 must mean that Norman Osborn is Venom. They add on to this by saying that they show that post-credit scene from Spider-Man PS4 and then flash to the moment where we got the Venom reveal from the actual reveal trailer for Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I did my best not to dislocate my shoulder with the reach, and I hope that some people out there with this theory are doing the same. Suffice to say, I don't agree with this theory. I don't think that they were trying to hint at who Venom is. We know that Peter gets the symbiote at some point in the game. And the fact that they weren't using that footage, the symbiote Peter footage that we got from the gameplay demo at the PlayStation Showcase, it means to me that that portion of the title track is not just for the symbiote, and it's definitely not for symbiote Peter. That portion of the title track, I will agree, is probably for Venom. And right now, we don't know who Venom is, and right now the only footage of Venom is a quick flash at the end of the reveal trailer, as well as some concept art that's now going to be the Steelbook case cover. So instead, what they did is just grab footage from the post-credit scene of Spider-Man PS4 as the symbiote is showcased in there, and who knows, yeah, maybe one of the two people in that post-credit credit scene will end up being Venom, but I don't feel that what they did at that Game Awards concert was any hint towards that. I could be wrong, and you know what? If I am, then so be it. I really don't want Norman Osborn to end up being Venom in Marvel Spider-Man 2, simply because I hope that they're saving Norman to become the Green Goblin for Spider-Man 3. And some people have said, you know, Caboose, we can get the best of both worlds. If he's Venom in this game, maybe he could be Red Goblin in Spider-Man 3. I still don't want that. I want a proper Green Goblin storyline when we get to the third game. And in fairness, I think I would be okay if maybe Harry Osborn were to be the one that becomes Green Goblin for Spider-Man 3. We'll have to wait and see. I know for sure, I think we can all put our money on it, that for that third game, they're gonna be saving Gabi because he's the ultimate Spider-Man villain. I just wonder how Insomniac would plan to tackle that if they were to make Norman Osborn Venom within this game. And I'm also starting to think more and more as the speculation gets crazier about these theories for who Venom will be in Marvel Spider-Man 2, that it's just gonna end up being Harry, that it's really not that crazy. And the only reason they didn't want to say that outright when they were on stage at Summer Game Fest is because it would be a bit of a spoiler. Some people aren't under the impression that that's going to be the case. And clearly, considering all this speculation, there are some people out there that don't think that Harry will be Venom. So if it ends up happening, it'll be a surprise to some. And at the end of the day, Insomniac says with these villains, they have to think about what is best for the story. And if we're being honest, in terms of emotional stakes, Harry being Venom works the absolute best, because then the story goes, Harry is sick. The symbiote could save him. Peter gets the symbiote. He realizes how bad it is at some point in the game, and he thinks that he needs to get it off of Harry, and Harry thinks this guy's trying to kill me. Harry being Peter's best friend just raises the stakes that much more, and it's just going to make things very interesting, very compelling if Harry ends up becoming Venom. I think for Norman, it could be compelling, you know, that maybe he takes on the symbiote to try and save his son. He tests it on himself, and that's how he becomes Venom, but I don't know if it's as strong as the battle between two best friends. And then, of course, in the case of Kraven, I mean, him taking on the symbiote and becoming Venom, I feel is unnecessary. He's already going to be really strong. He's already going to be very tough to beat. Matter of fact, how cool would it be if you do get to play as Venom in this game, if we actually don't defeat Kraven as either of the Spider-Men, but it's Venom in a playable section that is the one that defeats Kraven? I think that'd be a great way to set Kraven up as one of the ultimate Spider-Man villains that both of these guys had to face off against, and also a way to show that Venom is even greater a threat. I don't know, man. Now I'm getting caught up in all the theories, but there's so much to think about regarding this game, and I cannot wait until we get some new trailers for Marvel Spider-Man 2. I just wonder if Insomniac is going to, at some point in the marketing leading up to October 20th, just announce who Venom is going to be in like a story trailer or something. And with that being said, now I want to kick it to you guys. Do you think that the theory people made from that Game Awards concert means that Norman Osborn is going to be Venom? And also, if not, who do you think Venom is going to be in this game? Sound off with your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.